Welcome to H2K Infosys. H2K Infosys is a e-verify business based in Atlanta, Georgia, United States. We provide 100% job-oriented, instructor-led, face-to-face, true live online software training programs. It also includes access to cloud test lab with software tools. We provide live project for you to work on. We also provide assistance with mock interviews, resume preparation and review, and job placement assistance. H2K Infosys is trusted by so many students across the world. H2K Infosys provides world-class services in IT training with real-time project work for corporates and individuals, special IT training for MS students in the United States, software design, development, QA manual and automation, performance testing and maintenance, IT staff augmentation, job placement assistance, and tech support.
Okay, so now I'm going to say this is anyway like the variable, right? Semi-variable, or just you can say my color, right? And then, so this should be my color. So let me run this. Okay, so press F11. Now it's asking, because this is the input box, the color just I want, say red. Okay, so I'm going to put, say color red, and then click OK. So that this my color is going to store that value, whatever the things that you input. Even if you copy paste, copy and then post it in the debug viewer, then it's going to say what the value that is stored into this. It says red, because whatever the input that is getting from the input box, that's going to store into this variable. Now this select case statement, because now my color is red, right? My color variable is having a value red. Now it's going to match the case. Okay, what is the case? Is it red, green, blue? So if I say F11, so if the case is red, then it's going to give you this message box. So okay, what case red message box? Illegal assignment. Oh, okay. It's not equal to just I have to simply say message box. Okay, so now I'm going to say blue. And now my color variable holds the value blue and say press F11. Now actually see it's going to skip these two lines because the case is not blue. Case is blue, case is not red, and case is not green. So it skips these two lines and it's going to match this particular case. And then now it's going to say, yeah, the message box window, it is blue. The color what the user selected is blue. Okay. So if you don't give any value, right? Suppose if I select here, run from step, and then something else, say black. None of the cases matches. You see, case is not red, case is not blue, case is not green. Then it goes to case else, and then it says, hey, pick another color, because none of the colors match with the things. Whatever the color you selected, it don't match. So that way the select case is going to match, and then it's going to display the appropriate stuff. Okay, So these are basically like the control statements. So you have to just try to understand how these different things work, and then the implementation part, how it works, where we are going to use these things. We are going to look at when we start working on the project. Okay. Do while is basically like the same thing. Okay. So here, this is the statement. Like what it's going to do is, do while. First, it's going to verify, and then the condition. So this is the do while statement. Okay. Okay. So this is the do while. So do while if the counter is 10. That means it's going to run as long as the counter is 10. But here, again, you're going to put some if else condition. You're going to check if the counter is 10, then that means you're going to come out from the loop. Like say, it's the same thing like what we did in the for loop, like how to come out from the loop, right? So if you look at here, when we write it, you're doing exit for. If this condition is satisfied, you're going to exit the loop. Similarly here, if this condition is satisfied, instead of this exit for, you're going to say exit do. Okay, so you can put a breakpoint that way. Okay, maybe like let me put a message box also so that we know like what's the counter value each time. Okay, so now run. So what's the value of counter now? Initially it's 1, and then 2, then 3, 4, 5. So whenever it becomes 10, then it come out from this loop. 9. Now it is 10, right? So now it goes to this if else condition, and then it exits the do loop. Okay. All right. So those are the control statements. Just do practice more of these things. Anyway, I'm going to see this. Okay. So anyway, like we're going to work more of these control statements in our scripting. So, but in the meantime, like you can do the practice, particularly this if else and for loop. Okay, and the next one is the functions and the subroutines. Like what are the different methods, the procedures in VBScript, and then what's the difference between them. So functions and subroutines, right? So what's the difference between function and subroutine? The difference between function and subroutine? Yeah, I'm doing recording. So basically function returns value. Function returns a value. Subroutine don't return any value. Right? Say for example, here how you are going to write a function. How to write a function. Okay. We are going to import the function and function name. Right? Say I want to write addition and then so a comma b. I want to write a function to add two numbers. And also here one more thing. So don't use add. Say the moment you put add, you see it turns to blue color. That means that is the reserved word in VBScript. So you're not supposed to use add to your function name. So you can say addition. So this is the syntax, like how we are going to write a function, right? So function and end function. This is the function name. So addition is the function name, and these are the two function arguments. They are called the function arguments, a comma b. And then, so here basically like why you are writing a function, why not a subroutine? Basically you are adding two numbers, right? It's going to give you a result. It's going to give you uh, the result like after adding the two numbers. So you want to return the particular result. That's where actually you have to use the function. Because you're doing here the arithmetic operation, right? So once you do that arithmetic operation, it's going to give you the result. But after adding a comma b, what's the result? That's where you have to use the function wherever you want to return some value. And then here, how you are going to do this? This is the function structure, right? And then now you are going to write the body of the function. Say addition is equal okay, addition is equal when you say a plus b. That's all. That's a simple function. Now you can add two numbers. So now how to use this function, right? So you define a function. Now how to use this function? You just simply call this function. So this is the function. And now I want to add, say, 6 with 7. You can pass the values now. And then if you want to see the result, you can also put the message box. So if you run this, then it's going to say what's the value of 6 plus 7. It is 13. So this is what actually, because you want to return this value, right? Like what's the result when I add these two numbers? So that's why you're going to use the function here. Okay. So 6 plus 7 after addition it is 13. So this way just you can write different functions. So now I want to add say 8 with 9. You can add any values. Because the function is same, you are going to change the values. Okay, so now it says it's 17. Then what is the subroutine? Where you are going to use this subroutine? So you are going to put sub, and then so where you use I'm going to write a subroutine, something, what's the best example? Okay, I can say show message. So this is a subroutine name, and then you are going to say so this is the message that I want to show it. Here actually I'm not doing any operations and they don't give any value, right? Just after all this I'm displaying a message here. So I'm not doing any operations here like addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, and they don't return any value, and I need not store that value anywhere. So this kind of things like where you can do the subroutines. So if you run this, anyway the first one is going to give like what's the addition of these two numbers. And the next one is, oh, I didn't call this subroutine. Okay, so how to call this subroutine is just you simply call that one. Okay, so this is subroutine. Now, let me run this show message. Okay. Show message. Sorry. Yeah. Okay, so this is the value. And the next one is basically called the subroutine, right? Then you want to show the message like welcome to QTP script, right? So this you can do these things. Suppose if you write here the subroutine, then what happens? Okay, you see like what the message is giving. Oh, sorry, it's end sub. Okay, so basically like what it's saying here, because what it is, you create a subroutine, but you are doing some operation here, and you are trying to store that into this because you are performing some operation here, but you written as a subroutine. That's what here is giving an error saying that it's a type mismatch. That means you're not supposed to use whenever you want to do some operations like arithmetic or operations, then you have to declare them as just functions because you want to return some value. So whenever you want to return a value out of the operation, you have to use the function. Otherwise, like you will get this kind of message. That is something like you are doing mismatched. It should be a function or the subroutine. Okay. So real time, so where you will use the subroutines? Can you tell me? Most of the time you are going to use just the subroutines. You need not use the functions, right? Say for example, if you write a login function, you need not really do login function. You can simply say subroutine login, because here you are not doing any operations, right? Just you are doing like passing some username and passwords, and then you are trying to log into the application. You can write them as a subroutines, so no need to write them as a function. Let's say all you have to do, just you, so for example, you look at this application, then you can write, okay, so let me open this. Say this is the login window. And then, so you're going to object repository and then add objects. Okay, so add objects and then click on this login window. Okay, click OK, so that you see the objects are added. Now, you can write a function for the login. Instead of function, you can write a subroutine, right? So you look at here, cover the keywords, and then you'll get all those objects. So you just drag and drop, say the name, and then password, and then OK button. So now you're going to pass here two arguments, right? Is the name, comma, password. Those are the two arguments to your subroutine. Now you're going to pass those arguments here. Here's the name and then the password. Okay, so here you need not write any function. Like you can, all you have to do is just subroutine. Let me copy paste this one. So now, how you can call this function? So login, subroutine basically. And then, so you're going to put, so what is the name? Okay, say H2K Infosys. That is the first argument. And then, comma, the second argument is the password. That is mystery. This page you can call the subroutine. Then once you run this, then it's going to call that function subroutine and then it logs in. Here's the application. What is the syntax? Name redefined. Public the password. Okay, it should be the password. Okay. Okay, so that's it. Your subroutine is called and then it logs in. So you can write a subroutine this way. So then what are the values that you want to pass? Okay, this time actually like you passed agent name as a login. And the next time, no, I want to pass, say test123 as agent name. So now you open application and then it's going to run. Okay, so this is the application. Okay, so that way you can write a subroutine and then call the subroutine. Only thing is, like wherever just you do some kind of operation and then you want to return some value, you can think of writing a function. Otherwise, subroutine itself works. Okay. So, for example, the best thing is you create one more function for the reservation, right? So let's do that. I'm going to add this object. Reservation objects also. Okay. And now, okay, so these are the objects, and now I can create the reservation script also, right? So for that, I create one more function, subroutine or the function, because in this case, it all depends. Suppose if you want to capture the order number, because that's what you want to return, then you can write a function for that. Okay, so let's do that. Where is that? Uh, it's not added that particular object, the date object. Okay. Okay. So now let me create a function. So this is the date, right? Maybe I didn't check that. The ActiveX, that's why it's not recognizing properly. Yeah, that's why you see. Because you see, like whenever I'm trying to do that stuff, see, when I add this object, right? Date object, and then when I drag and drop, it says like win object. Why? Because in my add-ins, I don't have the ActiveX because this is an ActiveX control. So I don't have that ActiveX add-in install. It's not added. That's why it's not recognizing that particular object. Okay. So these are some of the real-time challenges like you come across. Just you have to make sure that appropriate add-in is installed. Then only the things get identified properly using QTP. Okay. Okay. So if you want me to do that stuff, then again I need to close QTP and then open it again. But anyway, before I do that, so you have any questions on this? Or other, like what I want is you people just do the practice, create one subroutine for this login, and I want to create one function for the reservation where you can capture the value and then return from the function. Like like how to write the function, right? So one thing is you have to want to write a function, say function. I'm just giving a hint. Just you work on this function and tell me tomorrow if you have any issues. So you say the function name, something like the reservation, right? And then you do all the scripting. Say whatever that flight from city and flight to city, you do all this stuff, right? Then at the end of the script, as part of this function, you are going to do, say, because you want to return that value to the function, right? So you say reservation, and then, so this is the order number text box, right? Then you are going to say, like this, for this part we did before, like get row property, dot get row property, and then you're going to pass the property text. Okay. So this way you are going to return whatever that value to this function itself. So in this case, you can use the function because you are going to return the order number, whatever the application creates. So in this case, the function is the right thing. Whereas before, you're not returning anything, just you are logging into the function. This where you are going to do the subroutine. Okay. So just write this function and then you call that function and see whether it's returning the order number or not. If you get into any issues, then I will look into that. I will create the script. I will create this function tomorrow. Okay. Because we don't have much time left. Even if I start QTP, close QTP and open again, it's going to take time. Alright, is this clear? How to write a function and then how to write a subroutine, what are the scenarios?
Sure, I had a question. Once you get the reservation number from the desired property, how to take it back to, is it like a calling? How do you use a function on a real-time scenario?
How do you use a function?
Yeah, like once you get the value here, do you use it like for an update order, or how do you use it on the real-time scenario?
Yeah, just you can say here, so order number, so you declare a variable, right? So something like dim order number, and then so we are going to call this function basically. Order number is equal to reservation. So that the reservation function itself is going to return that order and number and it stores into this variable. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Thanks.
So this is just you can create a function and then call the function. This is how we can call the function, right? And then because that function is going to return the order number, and then it is going to store that order number into this variable. And then you can use that variable wherever else you want. Okay, so this is the concept. Just work it on. And if you have any questions, then I'm going to look at the script tomorrow. Okay, and also work on this the basic concepts, all these control statements, do more practice, and let me know if you have any questions. So tomorrow we're going to work on more busy script features, and then probably we're going to discuss on the framework tomorrow. I'm going to send you the framework guide, and then we're going to start the project. Then we look at the different frameworks, keyword driven, data driven, all those stuff. Okay. So far we covered all these QTP features and then VBScript features. Then it's the right time to start the project. Tomorrow we are going to work on the string functions. That's very important. And then we are going to look at the arrays, dictionary objects. There are some other features we are going to discuss first. And then we move on to the framework. Alright. So probably tomorrow, but I'm not sure. Most likely we're going to have the session from 8 onwards. But anyway, like I'm going to confirm and send you an email tomorrow morning. But make sure you yourself available from 8. Okay. Yeah, it's the same link. The link is same. But I might start the session a little bit early. Okay.
Can you copy all these and also put it on the notepad, and would you be able to send the notepad as an attachment?
Yeah, I will send it. I will send a notepad.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, Shri, I have one question. Actually, it's operators, when do we use while and when do we use do, while it look like both same.
When do we use, like that's what we are going to look at those control statements more in the project, like when we are going to use them.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so tomorrow onwards we are starting the project, so we are going to use all these features in the project. This we are learning what it is now, and then we are going to implement all these things.
So many of our students have given testimonials on how our training programs are. You will find them on kudzu.com and on our website h2kinfosys.com. On our website h2kinfosys.com, you will also find more detailed information on who we are, the courses that we offer, what each course covers. Also, if you're interested in a demo program, please register on our homepage on the left-hand side. Just give us more information about yourself and we will send you a link for a demo class. The demo class is absolutely free. Experience our commitment by just attending an orientation workshop at no cost. Our team of faculty and advisors are here to guide you with the right information. If you still have more questions, please feel free to call us. Call us at 770-777-1269. This is a United States number. If you're calling from the UK, call us at 020-337-17615. You can also email us at training@h2kinfosys.com or h2kinfosys@gmail.com. Thank you for watching our videos. We wish you a great career in information technology.